Hi everyone, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer, and today I'm excited to be here to unbox my brand new iPhone 15 Pro in natural titanium. So I just picked this up. I actually had to stand in line for a couple hours outside of a Costco in the rain to get it. So thrilled to actually finally get my hands on this. The one that I ordered through the Apple Store wasn't going to come until tomorrow, so I decided to go to Costco and try to get this one. So success, I got natural titanium, went with the 1 terabyte size, so really huge phone, very exciting. So getting this one opened up here. So I've been really curious to see what the natural titanium color actually looks like because I've seen so many things in different reviews online. But looking at this, it's just like a very pure silvery gray color. Kind of understated, very classy, really cool color. But let's set that aside, see what else is in the box. So we've got our USB-C to USB-C cable, no more lightning. And it is a really nice braided cable, not one of those cheap plastic cables. So I have a cat that likes to chew on cables, so I'm really enthusiastic about this change to braided cables. They should be a lot more durable. And then seeing what else we have here. We have some regulatory info and a SIM card removal tool. And that's it, nothing else. So looking at the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro side by side. So I got the gold 14 Pro and the natural titanium iPhone 15 Pro. So at the time I got my gold iPhone 14 Pro, I really loved the look of the shiny stainless steel sides and the glittering gold on here. But I have to say, looking at it side by side with the new 15 Pro, it looks kind of garish. I mean, it's just not as nice. You also have sharper edges here, and you have much more rounded edges on your iPhone 15 Pro. Overall, it just seems like such a nicer, more refined phone. I am loving the look of the 15 Pro. And the weight difference, oh my goodness. I mean, it is really, really noticeable. So you have a much heavier, clunkier feeling here with the 14 Pro. The 15 Pro just feels smooth and light and beautiful. It is really an attractive looking phone. So you can see you've got those lovely rounded edges, brushed titanium on the sides. Everything just looks high class, refined, and beautiful. Just an absolutely gorgeous looking little phone. And I am loving the titanium color. I was really kind of nervous about the natural titanium. I didn't know how it was going to look. Some of the pictures that I saw, it was kind of a brownish color or a really dark color, but actually it's just a beautiful, pure, dark silver color. Really classy, really nice. So looking at the 15 Pro and 14 Pro side by side from the front, you can see that your 15 Pro is going to be a little bit shorter and a little bit narrower in comparison with the 14 Pro. It is going to be just a little bit thicker, but when I look at the two side by side here, I can't see that because I've got a tempered glass screen protector on my 14 Pro, and that's making it a little bit thicker. So if I had a screen protector on my 15 Pro, I think that you'd be able to see that difference in thickness, but right now it is not visible. So we've also got smaller bezels here on the iPhone 15 Pro as opposed to the iPhone 14 Pro, and an overall brighter screen. So the 15 Pro has a max brightness of 2000 nits, and as you can see, it looks super bright and beautiful. The 14 Pro screen was good, but it's just not going to be quite as bright. And as far as other technology, we still have the dynamic island here. We had that last year with the 14 Pro, and I found that I used it a whole lot to keep track of activities that were running in the background or alerts or whatever. So I'm really glad that that is still here. So we got the same ceramic shield screen, very tough, and you've got the same kind of a display overall. So it is going to be a Super XDR display with 120 Hertz max refresh rate. So all of that is good. Differences you're going to see here are that we have the new action button here on the side as opposed to the old mute switch on the 14 Pro. So the default for the action button is going to be a mute switch, but you can also program it to be things like a camera shutter button or a flashlight or really a whole variety of things. So I think that that's going to be really useful. And then, of course, we now have USB-C as opposed to Lightning. So it's going to be great to be able to use USB-C for all of my devices. I don't have to carry around a Lightning cable anymore, so that's definitely a pro. And speaking of pros, so the Pro Max and the Pro version of this phone are going to have the ability to have super fast data transfer rates with USB 3. However, the cable that's included with this is only a USB 2 standard. So if you want to take advantage of those super fast data transfer rates, you're going to have to buy a new cable. Thank you, Apple. So going up the sides here, if you're curious as to why I have a SIM card tray, that's because I purchased this phone outside the US because I don't live in the US right now, although I am American. And going up the sides here, you can see we've obviously got our volume up and down buttons, no changes there, and then the aforementioned action button. Really looking forward to trying that one out. And then looking here from the top, just a beautiful phone. I think everything looks lovely here. This brushed titanium finish looks really classy, although I do notice that it is picking up lots and lots of fingerprints. Loving these slightly rounded edges, very comfortable feel to them. They are much nicer than the sharper edges that you have on the 14 Pro. And then looking at the back here, love this natural titanium color. It's just looking great. So our camera here is not the super fancy camera that you're going to get with the 15 Pro Max. So this one doesn't have the 5x optical zoom. It's only got 3x optical zoom, but it still should be a really excellent camera. The camera feature that I'm really looking forward to using most is the fact that you no longer have to select portrait mode when you're taking a photo if you want to have a portrait style photo. So if you're taking a photo of a person or a cat or a dog, the depth information that's necessary to turn a picture into a portrait mode photo is automatically saved. So you can go in afterwards and say, I want to turn this into a portrait mode style photo. So I think that that is going to be really useful because I'm always forgetting to turn on portrait mode when I take a photo. So that's going to be really great. Other things to note, we have an upgraded Wi-Fi on here, Wi-Fi 6E, and then there is also a second generation ultra wideband chip. So that is going to help with precision finding, so finding AirTags, etc. You should also be able to use precision finding to find someone else who has an iPhone 15 series phone. So that should be a fun thing for families. And then finally, we have an upgraded chip on here, the A17 Pro. So that's supposed to be extremely good for gaming. So all you gamers out there are going to appreciate that. So overall, just a really lovely phone. I'm loving the weight difference here. This is so light and beautiful. And I think that the titanium just looks fantastic on here. Love the brushed finish on the sides, the lightweight, the USB-C, and the action button. I think that there is just a lot to love here with the new iPhone 15 Pro.